Yo guys, it's okay, coming at you with a brand new video for MW/Modern Warfare 3 Remastered. And in short, it is how to set up your own custom prestiges for, like, as a texture more than anything else. I will just also mention I'm going to add these as emblems, so it can just I can update my pack. But regardless, there is every single card right here. So first thing is, I'm just going to make a copy of this onto the desktop, and once we've done that, there we go. Go into extract here and hope they don't all spew. There we go, so we have the folder as well. There's even a little how to use. So obviously, firstly, you can ignore the location of the game. That's just more so for example. For description, it is purely based on where your game is. Make sure you've got a folder called images, especially if you use custom cameras and titles and emblems and everything else. You should already have one. Then you just simply change it to this. It's as simple as that. So there's a couple I wanted to do. One was in BO1. I wanted this one right here, so I wanted to grab that for starters. So what I'm going to do is just pull out any of the ones I want. Because there's only 10 prestiges, I can choose 10. The other one in World War I wanted right here. Now, I know because I've got my stats and everything else, naturally, you're only going to see one for the purpose of this tutorial, but I'm simply wanting to drag them all out just so you can see the purpose of how they should all look. So I am kind of just scurrying my way through some of these to sort of be like, right, which ones do I really want, kind of thing. Naturally, there is some, I believe, from every single. Which one looks better? The BO. I'll stick with the BO1, mate. So naturally, there is going to be some in all of them, which naturally people jump to more than anything else, if that makes any sense, like the fan favourites. So I'm going to keep going to see which ones I like more than anything else. I low-key like Prestige 9 over the Prestige Master, so I'm gonna jump to that one. So up to now we have 4. I'm gonna keep going until I've got all 10, and then you can see it as I go through them. And yeah, I know it's gonna make the video a little longer, but regardless, it just gives you an idea on how they should look more than anything else. Like I say, I'm just jumping to the ones what stand out to me, what I want to use as like custom prestiges for like the textures. See if there's anything in BOCW. Not really. And then there's the Modern Warfare 2 original, if you ever want to make backups. Even the Master Prestiges. I was hoping for the original. That's disappointing. And obviously, World War and World War 2. Don't get me wrong, I might not actually end up doing them all, because I've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Although I'm not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I know what sort of where I want them. I'm going to end up going backwards with them. I'm just a bit disappointed in the fact that the original Modern Warfare 3 ones are not there. Is there any from these I really wanted to grab? I think the only one what comes to mind out of AW is that one, as of current. So we're going to keep going with these. If I get all 10, I get all 10. But you can see the gist of them once I've done them. Like, you only see the one which I set as 10th, but I'm just getting, like I said, I'm getting the basics of it just so you can actually see it properly. Let me just whip into BO2. I might snag for that because it looks nicer than the BO1 one. I know it sounds dumb, but I like the. What the? Should I grab it over it? Really? I already got one for Prestige 9. Yeah, let me just rename that as that, just as a, so I can copy it out here and it not skip, and then I'm just going to rename it back. Obviously, I know I'm doing a bit of a mix and match, but naturally you guys can just literally use all for all 10. And one bonus is you've got them all to 15 in here, which is super nice, especially with BO1. You know what, I'm going to grab the Prestige 2 icon. How you ended up there. So now I'm just after one more which would really stand out to me, where I think, oh, I want that one, but I'm not sure off the top of my head which I could go for. The other one sticks out is that on BO3. Might go for that one. So I'm just going to rename that to BO4 just for the sake of copying it out. So now I've got all 10, which I'm happy with. So, and I'm just going to rename that back so we do not forget. Like so. So now that I've done that, we simply go into this little text file whenever it wants to open. So then we're up to this bit right here, and all we need to do is use this for example. So I'm just going to copy that as a generic rule of thumb. So then we're going to click on all of them, we're going to click rename and add a 10 to that. So there's Prestige 10. There's a reason I'm doing them two as 10 and 9 purely because I've got profiles set up max with Prestige 9 and 10 with level 70 and level 1000, so I am kind of just wanting them what stand out the most as like my two all-time favourites. So we're going to keep going with these. Everyone wants to play catch up, so I've got 8, 7, then your 6. Your 5. Your 4. Then for Prestige 3. And then 2. And then this one can just be pasted with no alteration. So we've got all 10 there, so then what we need to do is right click. We're going to cut, so we're not lingering on my desktop. We're going to go to file location, and then I'm going to look for our images folder. You see, I've got absolutely tons and tons of stuff. So what we're going to do is click on paste. As you can see, they are all there, and if I ever wanted to remove them, I can, which is super nice. But for the time being, what we're going to do is open HMW and make sure they work. And then when we're ready, whenever it decides to load, it really does not like me today. Nothing seems to. So we're going to click on play. And I will just mention right now, whilst waiting for this to load, there will be a link in the description for you to grab these for yourself with the instructions provided. But right now we need to see if it works, as then proof's in the pudding. Which I think is kind of nice, especially with the fact that they're going with this Modern Warfare 3 Remastered approach. So if you really wanted, you could just use the Modern Warfare 3 ones on this instead of Modern Warfare 2. So as it stands, and we're either going to be looking out for the BO1 Prestige 14 emblem, or texture or icon even, or we're going to be looking out for the Prestige 10 from World at War. So I don't remember which profile I left on here. Just gotta wait for this game to load. There we go. So you know we're going to like, yeah, whatever. So we're going to click on play online. It'll be in the top right, assuming it works. No, it decided not to because it's got the spinny thing. But saying that, it could be because of it being the level 1000. There is an easy way I can do this right now. So we're going to close that. Going to open file location. I'm just going to drag that out of the way. I know you guys aren't going to see it, but just for the time being at least. And then I can close that for the time being because I don't need that right now. Choose the images folder, for example. We're going to go to games, then into Call of Duty games, into H2M stuff. I'm going to look straight at my level 70 right now. And I know you guys aren't going to see it, but just for the sake of this, I want to see if the spinning emblem is what's getting in the way. So we're going to then retry HMW just to ensure it works. Now, naturally I will be changing the profile back once this video is done because I quite like the fact that it's at level 1000. But just for the premises of this video, I'm swapping it down to my Prestige 10 level 70. So now we're going to wait for the game to load again. Now if this don't work, I'm going to take presumption that they need to be HMW and not H2M. But we shall see. So obviously the game's loaded, I'm going to click play online straight away. Now you've got it straight away, and yeah, it does work. It was because I had the level 1000. So with that being said, it is there, you can see it's working. So if I were to go to barracks for example, as you can see, absolutely smashing. For this right there, that I've got a custom one I can use, and obviously I've still got all my classes. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and guys, I'll see you in my next video, and as always, peace.